Hi everyone, it's Fred again from Notes of a Nomad, video number 129. Today I want to talk about why being interested in others can really help us in many ways in the world. And as I've always tried to indicate, communication to me is one of the biggest challenges in the world. If we were able to communicate with each other, we'd have less problems in the world, not only with family and friends and co-workers, but the politicians as well. Less probably fighting and wars, in fact. So communication is important. And one of the secrets, I believe, is to be interested in others. And there was an interesting TED Talk recently from a lady by the name of Celeste Headlee, who is a daily talk show host on Georgia Public Broadcasting. And her TED Talk was entitled 10 Ways to Have a Better Conversation. And I think the real key is go out and talk to people, listen to people, and be prepared to be amazed. Just as a recent example, I was talking to some friends who came over to my daughter and her family's house, and they were Egyptologists. And it was fascinating to hear what they've done in Egypt and what they do. And it was a great conversation. And I found I learned a lot about their experiences and what they do in Egypt. And I'm planning to go to British Virgin Islands probably in October, hopefully. And if I do, I'm looking forward to speak to some more amazing people. Now, I'm going to put a link into the TED Talk from Celeste, but she had those 10 things. And I think the secret is I'm going to list them, but the idea is just even if you just take one of them, in fact, just take one of them and say, I'm going to try being better in my conversations with others by practicing that one thing. And then maybe come back to this some other time and say, I've got that now. I know how to do that. Let's see what else I can do. So the first thing she said, number one, was don't multitask. Be present. Don't start thinking about, oh, how I'm going to talk to her or what I'm going to say now. Don't multitask. Just concentrate on what that person is saying. And the other, number two, was don't pontificate. That is, don't start going on your opinion about what's going on in Egypt and when you were in Egypt and et cetera, et cetera. That's got nothing to do with it. Listen, be interested in what they have to say, and you'll learn a lot. Third one is use open-ended questions. This is something that journalists like Celeste does, ask about who, what, when, where, why, and how. Those are the type of questions are open-ended, and you get a lot more information rather than those yes or no. And number four was go with the flow. That means, if you're just go with wherever the conversation's going and get those thoughts out of your mind that you're having. Oh, I want to tell them this. No, go with the flow and see where the conversation takes you. Ask those questions. Number five, if you don't know, say that you don't know. Don't try and pretend you know something. Sometimes we do that. And number six, don't equate your experience with theirs, saying, oh, that's like, oh, I went to, uh, you know, Abu Simbel in Egypt, and I saw the temple there. That's got nothing to do with the conversation. And number seven, don't repeat yourself. It's condescending and it can be boring. And that's something I really have to practice. I tend to often say one way, and then I thought, oh, I better emphasize it, say another way. And then that is something I put into practice. In fact, my youngest daughter often says, Dad, you have already told us that. That's very helpful. So don't try and repeat yourself. Number eight, stay out of the weeds. People don't care about the things like, oh, what year was it now? What was that person's name? Oh, and then you start thinking about it. Don't have to get involved. If you don't remember, just carry on with the story or whatever you're saying. And one of the most important things she said is number nine is listen. Because if you're talking, you're not learning. So listening is very key. As they say, you have two ears and one mouth, so listen more than you speak. And the last but not least was be brief. Not much to say about that, but be brief. So with that, I would suggest just find one of those things. And when you're conversing with other people, try and practice and be better. And be interested in other people, because when you talk with other people and listen to them, you can be amazed. So with that, I'll say adios, au revoir, wishing you, your family and friends lots of love and laughter. Bye for now from Fred and Notes of a Nomad.